I never, ever eat that. The last couple of days in the cold air, I've needed a little chapstick. But I have found that my buddies here in the studio, Jake, Zimmerman, Sablehouse, and Johnson, aren't very observant.
Why's that?
And I'm going to prove it again. I want to ask you guys, looking at me, can you notice something?
Yeah, you're real casual today.
Nope. Well, actually, I did trim my beard.
What? Aside from...
Huh?
Are we talking?
No tie.
I was going to say, real casual. You got your hat on, just kind of button down.
It's funnier
Still look
now.
a hell of a lot better than me.
Well, you have work pants on?
I have not bathed or showered or changed my clothes since I sat in this chair yesterday.
What?
You weren't wearing that jacket yesterday.
I am wearing the exact same clothes as yesterday. No shower, no bath, no change
Thank
of clothes.
God we didn't smell that.
I worked all night. I haven't even brushed my teeth. In fact, watch this. Gum. There's my toothpaste for you right there, buddy.
You were wearing dark pants yesterday. I can swear it. What?
I know. I'm like
I wouldn't have noticed. I wouldn't have noticed you guys either, but I'm not kidding you.
That's a girl thing. It's her fault.
I took a nap. I have worked from 8 o'clock through now. All legal work.
No sleep.
I want to give an oracle and a jackwagon to William. Can we oracle him and jackwagon? I want to give an oracle for him because I could never do this show like I do without his help on the newsletter.
You've been awarded oracle status.
And I got a jackwagon him because the 3 top stories in sports he, of course, misses. But that's why the Bulldog is here to clean up the mess.
You jackwagon?
You couldn't have taken a shower. Thank God we didn't notice that he hadn't had a shower. Because that would be the absolute worst if we smelled him.
Right. It's probably a good thing we didn't notice.
You guys don't understand.
It has nothing to do with being observant.
My body odor, my sweat
Thank God you're down
smells good.
Like roses. Kind of like a fart. Everybody likes their own brand.
Baloney.
No. My wife tells me I smell good all the time, body odor or sweat.
That means you guys are meant to be together.
I think so.
It does.
Now, I got a show and tell here. Right here.
it.
Do you know who this is?
Show and tell on
all
radio.
All right, we're going to have another contest. I want to see if any of these.
Oh, I know.
Jackson?
No. Jackson, wrong.
That's Robin Hood.
Wrong. Looks a little bit like Robin Hood. Zim? No.
No, it's not good.
Jake, you got a guess in there? Hell no. Jake ain't got. Jake, did you win your hockey game last night?
Andrews?
He said yes.
Andrews?
No.
Oh.
This
Anybody there
cat
to
right
witness
here
that?
is my favorite character in the Civil War. No other than Nathan Bedford Forrest.
the Forest.
They called him the Devil Forrest.
Devil.
He was the
Robin Hood the Forrest.
He was the most feared man in a Civil War. He was a Confederate cavalry officer, general, and everybody was scared to death of him. And look at that dude, man. Look at him. He was rich. He was unfortunately, a slave trader and whatnot. He fitted his own men with guns and horses. And this is an interesting story. At the conclusion of the war, he survived it. He became the first imperial wizard of the Ku Klux Klan and quit because they were too violent and messed up in the head. So you got to give it up for him.
Wow.
He quit at least. And right here, I got another show and tell for everybody.
Can I ask you why you have that picture of him in here and why
Because a fan sent that to me because they know that I liked him. I mean, look at that guy, man. I wish I looked like him.
Bad-looking dude.
Handsome and scary at the same time. Come on, Denise. Would you?
No.
Oh, back in the olden days, you would when that guy was living.
Now this is the pictures.
That's sexy for back then.
Not just of the family, but the pictures that were taken yesterday at 10 o'clock. 2 days ago. No.
Yeah,
yesterday.
it was 2.
Yeah.
You're getting your days are running together.
Yeah.
Bill's Tuesday. Bill Spry and I, great photos right here in the studio and up at the VU Park. Mm-hmm. We got some right under Johnny Cash. And by the way, I want to tell you something. Johnny Cash poster,
I'll upload 'em.
That middle finger of his kind of looks like a willy whacker in the pictures that we took. I mean, that's an awful big middle finger.
It's a weird middle finger he goes with. I like the thumb out middle finger.
Do you?
Did you see Tim Duncan very nonchalantly the other day This lady, he's walking out of a store. This lady starts filming him with she's the only one there, but just thinks, oh my God, Tim Duncan starts filming him with a cell phone camera. And he just flips her off as soon as he gets in the car. It was the most nonchalant thing ever and drove off. Not a word was exchanged.
All right.
I
The
don't know.
quote of the day is worthy of delivery today, but not the joke, so you're not going to hear the joke. It is not enough that we do our best. Sometimes we have to do what's required. Oh, that's from Winston Churchill. Today in history, 1960, JFK beat Vice President Richard Milhouse Nixon.
May I say,
You may say.
in addition
Go ahead.
to all citizens of this country,
All citizens.
Democrats, Independents, Republicans,
Republicans,
regardless of how they may have voted,
regardless how we voted.
that
For
it is
Boston.
a satisfying moment to me,
I'd like to buy you a hot dog and a beer.
and I want to express
Anyway,
my
Bob,
appreciation to all of them and to Mr. Nixon personally.
Go Patriots.
She from Boston?
Yeah. 1965. By the way, you know where the Kennedy family originally came from and where he ran for Congress the first time? Charlestown, the bank robbery capital of the world now. They did that one movie, Ben Affleck was in from Charlestown. Isn't it amazing the encyclopedia of knowledge that I possess?
It is amazing.
Pretty intense.
All right, 1965, of course, hanging out with you guys. I look brilliant. 1965,
Doesn't take
Days
That's
of
easy.
Our Lives premieres on TV. Days of Our Lives. You know my Granny Crippen staple. Watch every freaking soap opera.
Days of our lives.
Can't stand soap operas, can you?
No, except one thing. All the women are smoking hot.
Well, so are the men, though. That's the only reason.
They're all pretty.
We don't have opinions on that, Denise.
Oh, on the men?
On the men.
Come on. You don't have to be gay to admit that there's an attractive
I'll admit an attractive man, but
will you stop playing the Days of Our Lives theme? Because I'd like to announce that in 1966, I went from being a movie actor to I got elected governor of California. Yes, I did. Thank you. That was Ronald Reagan. If you didn't know.
If we didn't know.
of course I knew that.
And he even looked like
1983,
him. He even looked like him.
Martha
Come
Lane
on.
Collins was elected the first and the last, to this point, female governor of Kentucky.
Oh, you should have questioned me on that because I actually would have known that.
Martha Lane.
I think I was
All
a
right,
freshman in high
1980.
school.
Okay, I'll question.
I was a freshman in high school when she was
In
elected.
1988, who did George Bush beat for president? On this day.
Oh, I know who it was. It was,
He did,
19 what?
he did a stupid commercial in a tank, but what really killed him is Lee Atwater, who said he'd take the bark off of him, used the fact that he furloughed a guy named Roy Horton, who went out and killed again. Yeah, Dukakis. Zimmerman knew.
Dukakis.
Michael
Good for
Dukakis.
you, Zim. Good for you.
And by the way,
Yeah.
a little lesson there for you.
Yeah.
You don't let somebody from Massachusetts run for president.
Is
They
that what it is?
lose.
Okay.
You got a feel-good song there. Not a feel-good song, but you got a traffic report there,
No,
Blondie.
I have no traffic report because there's nothing going on.
Well,
that's the
good to
best
know.
part, isn't it?
Today's birthdays. Tara Reid is 37. She had a botched plastic surgery, but she used to be hot.
Yeah.
Leif Garrett,
Really?
teen heartthrob. Did you have a Leif Garrett poster?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't. I
next
had
to your Eric Deters poster when you were
next
growing
to
up?
Peter Frampton.
Next to Peter Frampton?
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know who Eric Deters
Mary
was growing up.
Hart, who I had a crush on. Entertainment Tonight, I've always had a crush on Mary Hart. She's 62. Bonnie Raitt, 63. I think she is she swings the other way, doesn't she?
Probably.
I think she does.
You
I think
kind
she's
of
been,
wonder.
I think she's been Ellen DeGeneres in her maybe.
That's the best part of that song.
Ellen DeGeneres is the only, no offense, Denise, one of the few women that I actually find funny. Like, I physically laugh, I laugh at what
She is
some of the
very.
stuff
She is
says.
funny, but then again, you have to admit she's probably got more testosterone than
And
you.
she's gay. That's probably why. You're right.
And she's still getting over Ann Hesh. Morley Safer is 81, Mr. 60 Minutes. I go through life with the name Morley.
Morley. More?
Today is also known as Cook Something Bold Today. Ladies, go out and cook something bold, or you men. Also,
What would you consider bold?
I don't know.
What would you consider? What would you consider something bold? Spicy?
A fancy freaking dish. Not meatloaf, not prime. Something
Like
that
elk?
nobody's ever heard before. No.
Oh.
Just
Like a 5-course
some kind
meal.
of crazy casserole
Yeah,
thing,
I
you
don't
know?
think so. No, not going to do it.
And
Throw another
also,
frozen pizza in
who can
there.
we dedicate this one to? Let's choose. Let me see. Who can we choose on this
You got to
one?
choose somebody to dedicate what to?
This song to. Let me see. And I don't want to offend them. They got to be able to take a joke. Mark Amazon.
What in
Today
the
is
world?
also
He
known
can't
as.
take a joke.
I was
I
going
know.
to say, what
Today
was
is
that?
also known as Dunce Day.
I love it.
Yeah, old Mark of the Sea. Today's forecast, sunny, high of 54. Friday, high of 60. Saturday, clouds and sunny, both. The feel-good song on the Facebook pages today is one of my favorite songs of all time. Mac Davis, Baby Don't Get Hooked on Me. What's that instrument that they play in that thing? It's kind of like a drum roll or something. Let's Jack Wagon some people up. Beyonce posted a photo Tuesday night that said, "Take that, Mitches."
You jack
Hey,
wagon?
hey, Beyonce, I hereby challenge Jay-Z to a cage fight. And in addition to that, guess what, Beyonce? You got a big ass and fat legs.
She is. I do not
that
find
gets-
a Beyonce attractive.
Hope that gets back to Jay-Z,
She's-
man.
You
Chris-
jack wagon?
Chris Matthews, talking about Obama's win, said he was glad we had that storm last week.
What?
And then he said,
storm last week because I think the storm was one of those things. No, politically, I should say.
Yeah,
In
politically.
terms of
Oh,
other
yeah.
people.
Correct.
The storm brought in possibilities for.
That's
Yeah.
but you know what? Regardless, it's a terrible thing
You
to say.
jack wagon?
yeah, when
Terrible thing
we
to
come
say.
back, we might jack wagon up some people and oracle some people. I got some interesting facts. And until then, I want to start you all feeling good. This is a Bulldog selection. It's the Searchers, Needles and Pens. It's a short song, but it'll make you feel good at 6:15 a.m. on Class X Radio. Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Class X Radio. Is there any activity out there with the automobiles on the roads, the highways, the byways, the bridges, the aqueducts, and other locations, trails and paths
No,
where vehicles can travel?
no. Just starting to pick up a little bit. No
All right.
problems. That's the way we like it. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about how there's nothing going on because there's nothing going on.
We have finalists for Rookie and Manager of the Year, Todd Frazier and Dusty Baker. How do you like that? Finalists. You got to like that. Here are some interesting facts which are worth sharing with the ladies and gentlemen of the American jury as I continue to try to inspire, inform, educate, and entertain every morning from 6 to 9 a.m. And this show will be radio superbity because I haven't slept, which means I'm slap happy, and I always deliver the best radio without
There you
sleep.
go.
The lowest point a person can get on Earth without descending in a submarine is where the Jordan Rivers enters the Dead Sea. Just want to let you know, it's 1,290 feet below sea level. The first,
Wouldn't it flood?
huh?
Wouldn't it flood?
No, there's apparently a mountain there. The first
But
president
it's the lowest
born
point?
an American citizen. The first president born an American citizen was who?
The first president born in
His
America.
middle name was Van.
Buren.
There you go.
Oosh.
I'm confused. The first president born an American
They
citizen.
were all born in
I
the
was-
colonies, so in Canada. Duh.
Oh, okay. Well,
Did you hear about in November of 2005, a guy named Randy Logan Hale won one of the 3 available seats for Romo Land School District in Riverside, California, but he never did show up, and they couldn't figure it out, so they called his wife, and she explained it. He had been in jail the whole time. So because he was a felon, he was charged with forgery, perjury, and voter fraud.
Nice.
All right, let's get Jake in on. I want Jake to grab the microphone. Let's get a full report from the ice rink last night to see what stories Jake can concoct about his superior play on the ice.
It was a good game last night. This is the team we lost to in a shootout 2 weeks ago, but last night we won, I believe, 5-2.
okay, what's the name of the team? I'm a little off here, so you got to fill us completely
It's called the
in.
Jakes and the Camerons.
Yeah,
Okay.
the young studs.
The Young Studs.
You know what?
That would probably be a good name
Was
for
anybody
it.
there to witness this? Because you've gone to some games.
Mary
They
was
got-
there last night.
My wife was there, and I always tease her that she's hanging out with the guys, but she said there were only women there.
Well, Parker
Jake-
was there too.
Parker was there, too. Was there any men like your dad hanging around my wife?
There wasn't. There was 4 younger ladies.
By the way, your dad has a new nickname. I call him Rodney now.
Rodney?
Ever since he was Rodney Dangerfield at
Right.
the Halloween party.
Oh, gosh.
Now, I got a great idea for you, Jake.
Okay.
I think you and Cameron should invite Denise and her daughter Maria
Ooh.
to come watch a hockey game.
Maria.
That sounds good
Maria.
Maria. I'm telling you,
do you
she's
think?
taken. She's just whooped right
She's
now.
just going to
And-
go watch a hockey game.
Hey,
Yeah.
Denise, just because there's a goal in the net doesn't mean you can't score.
Oh, that's why
Nice.
we give him the microphone
Nice.
every once in a while.
Hello.
Nice.
Oh, he woke up quick this morning. Let's see. What's your girlfriend think of that?
No, she's not up.
She's
early
not
enough
up.
to
Thank
listen.
goodness.
Just like my wife. We can say what we want, can't we, Jake, for a while?
Yeah.
A little.
We're allowed to be the boss when the wife's
Girlfriend.
God, I
asleep.
hope I don't get a text. Ashley Judd apparently is being floated up as somebody to challenge Mitch McConnell. She'd
Celebrity.
lose.
Ashley Judd?
She'd lose. Ashley Judd. Mitch McConnell.
Ashley Judd. Now, she's
Ashley
got
Judd.
better legs than him. She's the blonde, right? The
Yep.
other one is Winona. Okay.
Rumors are running rampant, according to TMZ, that ABC news anchor, and by the way, Jay Leno had this on, that news anchor and Kentucky native Diane Sawyer was drunk while anchoring the election night. She rambled and halted her words, and I think we have a bit of this. Go ahead.
And we have the mayor of Chicago standing by, Rahm Emanuel, right now, bringing him in. He's smiling. He is smiling big. So tell us.
I haven't smiled in a week.
I was going to say, she
You
doesn't.
talked to the president. You were on the tarmac to meet him when he landed in Chicago. Tell us what they're saying inside his room where the family
She's
gathered.
drunk.
How can you tell?
We can tell.
How?
part
I
of
can't
Kentucky is
tell.
she
Come
from?
on. Don't give her a hard time. She's from
I
Kentucky.
love
You're
Diane.
from
I'd have been
Kentucky.
drunk too.
I can't
Yeah,
stand
I
Diane
sound like that
Sawyer.
sometimes too in here.
Jon Stewart on The Daily Show said during election night returns, Claire McCaskill, United States Senator from Missouri, has legitimately raped Todd Aiken.
All right, welcome back. I wanted to update you real quick. These are just some Senate and House results. As you remember, Claire McCaskill was going up against Todd Aiken. Well, it looks tonight like in Missouri, Claire McCaskill has legitimately raped Todd Aiken. And is.
Did you
the
see about
senator,
Stephen Colbert is like
electorally
thrown in the
speaking,
towel?
obviously.
It doesn't. Stephen Colbert is just like hanging out on the set. He's got a hat on backwards. He's got a sweatshirt. He's watching TV, drinking beer. It's hilarious.
Because of the election?
Yeah, because of the election. It's over. It doesn't matter that you work hard. He's just hanging out.
Is he a Republican?
Yeah, but he makes fun of the Republicans. Stephen Colbert is a caricature of Fox News. That's what he represents. Britney Spears is signed up for a second season judging contestants on The X Factor. And you know what? We give credit where it's due because I think she's freaking weird. Lady Gaga donated $1 million to Hurricane Sandy relief. Good for her. And Baba Wawa, $250. And Tightwad George Stephanopoulos, $50,000. Tell who makes the big bucks. Mm-hmm. And get this. This is hilarious. My good buddy, Jack Stecklin, who must have lost his Newport City Council seat because he didn't talk about it yesterday, and I feel bad I didn't ask. If you're listening, Jack, I apologize I didn't ask. I said, hey, Jack, you want to, what was it, we're going to, like, Friday night or something? I said, hey, do you want to go da-da-da-da? He goes, I can't. I got to go to a Madonna concert in Cleveland. I said, what? His girlfriend, Debbie, is taking him to a Madonna concert in Cleveland.
Hate Madonna.
And apparently back in the 80s, she was like...
She's hot. She was hot in the 80s.
His girlfriend was Pat Benatar in like an air band.
Wow.
There was such a thing as a real air band? I thought that was just something you did behind the wheel of the car.
No. I was a great air guitarist. Ohio ballots still uncounted. Up to 325,000 ballots remain uncounted. And there's 107,000 votes that separate Obama and Romney. I am not kidding. You know what Williams said? Based upon this situation and Florida being recounted, he's like, Romney could still turn this thing around. Boone County, Walton City Council vote tied. Robert McDonald and Olivia Ballou each received 669 votes, tying for sixth place. And you know how they do it in Kentucky? Coin toss.
Really?
My good buddy, Sheriff Jones, Butler County, sees 939 pounds of marijuana from Mexico $1.1 million value, makes it the largest bust in Butler County. And Jake, Sablehouse, why don't we go up there today and just say, hey, we'll take it, Sheriff.
We'll take it. We'll destroy
We'll go burn it. We'll destroy it. Hey, I got my Ford F-150.
We can just fit
you
it
got
all
your
in there.
cars. You got your SUV.
Yep.
Let's go do it. We'll take care of it. Hey, Sheriff, 9 o'clock. We'll leave here. We'll get to you about 9:30.
And you're gonna
we will destroy that marijuana for you.
We'll sell that
take
stuff.
It to Charlie's
we'll
farm.
burn that stuff in
We'll
no
take
time.
it to Charlie Deters'
You're gonna
farm
burn
and
it?
burn it. Mm-hmm. God, our show's great already.
My buddy was a
Maybe
cop
he
out
shouldn't
in
sleep
the
ever.
where's that? Where's OU? Out east in Ohio, Athens area. And he said they did a pot bust one time and they burned it all. They just went out and burned it, I guess, and all got contact eyes from just how much they burned.
I was just going to say, it couldn't have been just that.
All right, what music selection from the Spry list do we have?
Yes, a little Brett Walker. Everybody loves to win.
You know what? We have no idea. We don't know anything about this song. None of us ever heard of him or the song, but we decided to pick one we didn't know.
Can we
off the Spry
jackwagon?
list, and if it sucks, we will cancel it.
If this sucks,
can we
we'll go to Bon
jackwagon it?
Jovi.
But we like the title. What's the title?
Everybody loves to win.
You're darn right. On Class X Radio. Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Class X Radio. Do we have a traffic report to report?
Well, we can just say that it's picking up just a little bit on 7175. No accidents, no problems. Back to you.
All right. I want everybody to know that the election the other night, we're going to cover it in more depth even today, so don't worry. We're going to have plenty of politics. Here's another great history story for you. When John F. Kennedy ran for Congress the first time from Charlestown District in Massachusetts, you know what his dear old dad and his political operatives did? Kennedy was running against a Joseph Rousseau. They went out and got another Rousseau to run and put his name on the ballot. So Kennedy ran against two Rousseaus. And the rest is history. Jim Neal, the new Hamilton County Sheriff, says he supports diversion programs to free up jail cells. Good for you, Jim. And he doesn't see a need for armored personnel carrier or the submarine. Amen for Jim Neal. You do believe that? They got a boat, a sub, an airplane. Silas likes his toys.
He has a submarine?
His son-in-law, Matt Frank's never going to talk to me again now, probably. The teacher, Stacy Schuler, 34-year-old Stacy Schuler, will appear at a hearing Friday to ask to be released from prison early. She was sentenced to 4 years in October of last year on 16 counts of sexual battery and 3 counts of providing alcohol to a minor after encounters with the Mason High School students were revealed. Basically orgies. Her lawyer called me to ask to have Nicole Howe and Sarah Jones there in the front row for moral support.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yes, I am.
Thank you.
I watched My Life as a Lifetime movie last night, and they had this bit of a woman that had a fling with what she thought was a 17-year-old friend of her 14-year-old son, and she got pregnant, and guess what?
Oh,
she
dear
found out
God.
he was 14.
Nuh-uh.
Yep.
That's just really seriously wrong.
That is seriously wrong.
So it's just
And
somebody has to have something wrong with them. I mean,
last night was the first night that I watched the Dateline piece, and you know what? In my opinion, they were very fair to her. And it came off to me looking like, okay, she was wrong, she lied, but let them live happily ever after if they can. And, of course, there should have been more Bulldog in it. That was just my own personal opinion. But they had enough of it. Stacy Schuler, I say let Stacy go. What do you say, Garrett?
can I ask
Sure.
why?
Sure. Why? Come on. She had sex.
Yeah, I mean,
Those boys weren't harmed.
It's a complete double standard for men and women. But I mean, those boys knew exactly what they were doing. They loved every minute of that. So, you know.
But don't you think in a way?
No harm, no foul.
How old was she?
30-something, 30,
And they're how old?
17, 18.
Well,
Not
I guess
18, I
you are a
guess.
guy, so there is a double
Hey.
standard.
If one of my teachers wanted to have sex, I would do it,
Be all over
not
her.
tell us all.
I'm not gonna
well,
say a
I
word.
told
Cody
my
did.
buddies. And then
By the way, we got,
nothing.
But she's at least.
you know all these rules that Bill and Rhonda Spry put on us every day. And every day we come in here and on the door, what is there, like how many new rules are on there at the door? About 12 new rules today.
Yeah, I give up trying to keep up with the rules.
They keep changing the rules. Well, we just got told that it's a good thing that we didn't stop that song, or else we would have been jackwagoned, because apparently that was the song that they first kissed to.
Oh.
Well,
at the drive-in theater.
So what was why? Oh, the song that we did
just
like.
played the Walker. We liked that
did
song.
like that
We did
song
like it.
actually. Yeah.
Do you remember songs that you had first by Garrett?
No.
I do.
You do?
I do. Of course I do. I'm a melancholy guy, man.
Okay.
I don't know that there's ever been a song like playing.
All right.
Yeah, I don't just crank up the tune.
You know, I have to say I don't remember anything either.
Lori,
Honestly.
What are your songs?
None of it.
I'm not going to. That's private, buddy.
What? He tells us every day.
You
We
think
do
I
this
share
song.
everything with you guys? Just
Yes,
because
you
I
do.
share with you, I haven't
Yes,
had
you
a
do.
bath.
You
just
do.
because I haven't shared it. Hey, Lori Quinlivan said that Queen Living, that these longer council terms are good because they'll work together. No, they're not.
It just secures their job. That's all.
I think I'm going to move to Cincinnati and run for mayor.
There you go.
And by the way, get ready, folks. I'm going to move up 2020 to 2016 and show them how it's done. By the way, Cincinnati City Council wants to build 3 new homeless shelters, financing them by borrowing $37 million from the federal government, $7 million to be used to pay for construction. Are you freaking kidding me? The economy is so bad, they need 3 homeless shelters, and they're going to borrow the money from the federal government who doesn't have it to build them so everybody in the city and country can be bankrupt and broke and homeless.
Yep.
By the way, Hamilton County, I think I said this yesterday, but just if you were curious, Obama won Hamilton County 52-47, and he won Ohio overall by 100,000 votes, 50-48. And that's what happened. Scottie Pippen saying, playing basketball with Obama Tuesday, that nobody would block the president going to the basket. Like the Red Sea would open up. Not if I played the president.
Did they lift him up?
I would take him down.
I was going to say they all moved out of the way, lift him
I would
up.
body up on the old president right there.
I'd check him into the wall.
You're not kidding. A 9-year-old girl, this was captured on video. You know, maybe if we were on the ball, we'd have the video up on Facebook. I'm sure we will. Rebecca will get that up there for us. A 9-year-old girl playing boys 2 years older on her, they can't catch her.
Saw that.
She's like a ringer. The Chargers.
You know what, though? That happens more often, like a lot, actually. Like, girls are actually more advanced at that age than guys are.
Right.
Guys catch up, and then she'll be, unathletic like every other girl.
Chargers.
Now, there's some girls that are pretty athletic. I'm not.
Yeah,
I
but-
will admit it. I mean, I'm coordinated with
baloney.
something.
Look what Bobby Riggs did to Billie Jean King. He waxed her, man.
I'm just saying there are girls that are good athletes. Doesn't mean necessarily up against a guy.
Zimmerman has a
Good
different
athletes
recollection
for
of that
a
match.
girl.
For a girl, okay.
For a
There's a
girl.
huge difference in women and strength and men and body size.
That's what I mean.
and-
It's like you
Will you
compare.
stop having the war of the gender so I can continue
no,
talking about sports?
no, because we're gonna have to have this war of the
The
gender.
Chargers were
because
fined $20,000 for not turning over the towel. But if they turned over the towel, they probably would have been really penalized. Moral of the story, don't give them the evidence. And all the Colts are shaving their heads for their coach, Pagano. How come you guys don't shave your heads? You wear those rubber fake, baldness. But how
Because
come you
we're-
don't shave your head in
There's
moral
this
support of the
thick,
Bulldog?
flowing mane.
Yeah, you do.
I
got
was
a
gonna
Tommy.
say,
You do have
Chris
a Tommy.
Farley could not shave his head. Come on.
Could you imagine what I'd look like?
All right, this is a you look funny. This is a Spry selection. God knows what the Sprys did to this song. Bon Jovi, Bed of Roses on Class X Radio. This is the Bulldog on Class X Radio. Another thing you missed in sports. The Norse begin their D1 season. Their first
They're D1 now.
Yes. They played West Virginia, an exhibition game last year. They're going to play Wednesday, which is today, No, it was yesterday at University of San Diego. I'm a day late, too. Hey, you got a traffic report. Speaking of things that are a day late, Blondie.
We're not a day late. Everybody's moving along pretty well out there. No, we're not. Everything's good. 71, 75, you're just starting to slow down already from Buttermilk, and then on 75 northbound, just right around Mitchell on up to around the Norwood Lateral. So other than that, good.
Don't we have some kind of elephant trainer or something, some animal person coming in? Or wait a minute, she trains alligators.
She's calling.
She trains alligators.
She's an alligator wrestler.
Man, when's she calling in?
7:45.
Oh, that's
You got an hour.
I thought it was 7:40. Yeah, we got
Michelle
an alligator wrestler, Michelle Hall. Actually, she's an animal rescue person, right?
She works as a promoter, but yeah.
If your house is burning and you got a cat and dog on the roof, this is the person you want to call to rescue your animals.
No, you would call the fire department.
She's the owner of Champagne Promotions. She's going to be calling at 7:45, and she's going to be talking at How at the Moon Ball.
There he goes.
A dance to benefit the Gallatin Animal Shelter in Kentucky. And these are volunteers who work hard day in and day out, putting up with possum poop. And it will be great to take a night off and dance the night away.
We're going to ask her the tough questions.
We will ask her the tough questions because that's the way we roll. All right. You got any clips here? Let me see. We already done Day of Our Lives. How about Reagan? You're no Thomas Jefferson. Let's have fun with that one. Did we play that one already?
But listen to me. This fellow they've nominated claims he's the new Thomas Jefferson. Well, let me tell you something. I knew Thomas Jefferson.
Lloyd Benson wasn't original. He copied off me.
He was a friend of mine. And Governor, you're no Thomas Jefferson.
You see, folks, old Lloyd Benson copied off the Gipper. And you know another, I supported George Bush. I was his Northern Kentucky chairman. And I have to admit, this was a good political thing, but it was kind of corny. Yeah, wouldn't be prudent, but not have 999 points of light. We got to have 1,000 points of light. Wouldn't be
I'm a man
prudent.
who saves life in terms of missions defined.
Great man, though. Lied about his age. Flew combat missions at 19.
This country to be made
shot down twice.
Again. I will keep America moving forward. Always
John Sununu talked
for
about
an
Darwin
endless, enduring dream and 1,000 points of light.
1,000
this
points of
is
light.
my mission, and I will complete it.
There you go. There you go, baby. Oh, my goodness gracious. All right, we're going to cover some sports now.
What's?
The only basketball games that we report are the ones that you really care about, the Heat. They say they're 4-1. Who the hell did they lose to? The Heat 103, the Brooklyn Nets 73. They scored 31 points off turnovers. The Jazz beat the Lakers 95-86.
Lakers are 1-4.
1-4 Lakers. The Celtics beat the Wizards in overtime 100-94. Rajon Rondo, 18 points, 14 assists. What else is worth reporting? The big college game tonight, 7 p.m. Number 10, Florida State at Virginia Tech. And tonight's football game in the NFL. By the way, TC used to have the Monday Night Football theme ready to play, Garrett and Jake. We might want to have the dun-dun-dun-dun Monday Night Football theme in the computer ready to go when we talk about the NFL.
But
Ladies and gentlemen, American jury, I got to do the newsletter. I got to get in here. I got to take the cuts. I got to tell them what cuts to get. The only person I need to do the show is William. The rest of these guys, I got to do their job and do the talk show host too. It's getting pretty old. I'm going to have Spry fire you guys if you don't shape up.
We need the Thursday night thing.
You guys are all overpaid anyway, making $50,000. When Clear Channel finds out you guys make $50,000 in these positions,
they'll give us a raise.
They're going to be applying for the job, and you're out of here.
Yeah. They're going to continue paying their
Lindsay's
producers.
better looking than you too, man.
She is.
She's Lindsay.
She is.
Oh, by the way, speaking of that, we have a major announcement about Willie coming up later in the show. I want to save it for our prime time. Did I say who played tonight? I got off track.
No, you did not.
The Colts versus Jacksonville at 8:20.
Got a little excited.
I mean, you might want to know who he was playing. 53 House members, not 52, not 54, 53 House members to Obama said, "We want to know what you knew, and when you knew it, we want to know." And of course, Obama will ignore it. Oh, by the way, how funny is it that after the election, the day after the election, Fitch goes, "If you don't get your act together, we're going to downgrade you." How come they couldn't say that on Monday? Huh? Monday.
Yeah.
Let me say it again. Monday. Puerto Rican statehood. Though the option still faces hurdles, Puerto Rican voters voted Tuesday to support becoming a U.S. state. 800,000 votes. Yeah, how many of you want our food stamps? By the way, I got to say something, and I'm not being racist, okay? I'm being pragmatic. And this is everybody's talking about the national election and the minorities they went after, and they got 28% of the minorities, and that's how Obama won. I want to tell you something. I always thought in this gang warfare, the Hispanics and the Mexicans always hated the blacks. The Hispanics and blacks have joined together now. Does that mean there's no more Hispanic and black gangs shooting at each other in L.A.?
Absolutely not.
I was going to say, you're still going to have that.
So they've joined forces. The Hispanics and the blacks are on the same team. We are now minorities, guys. The white male American. Hey, do we get special treatment like reverse discrimination?
Yeah,
or
really.
Special treatment now that we're white guys?
Can I get special college scholarships?
It's hard for what? It's hard for white guys. You have to be the top of the top, like to get in med school.
Denise, it's hard for a player.
Hey, here's a true story. True story.
Player.
True story. My nephew, the smart little booger he is, Noah, okay, was like second or third in his class at Latin school. A black student way down from him got in Notre Dame, and Noah got rejected.
Really?
Because they have to have some. That's what somebody told my son. They're like,
and as a result of that, Noah decided to say hell with it, and now Noah's the janitor at Latin school.
No,
he said, if I'm not going to Notre Dame, I'm not going anywhere. And now Noah, instead of going on to Notre Dame and being something great, is the janitor at Latin school. Nothing wrong with janitors. We need janitors. We love janitors. You all know that, Bulldog
That's
Nation.
ridiculous.
I like janitors.
He's obviously a more qualified student.
Well, but that's exactly what they told my son. They're like, if you want to go to med school, you've got to be in the top 1%.
I got to ask you a very important question, Denise.
Yeah?
On behalf of all the men here, this storm that there's 1,300 flights were canceled as the storm caused whiteout conditions, fog, snow, limited visibility. Everybody's freezing to death. Dogs and cats,
living together,
teaming up and living together.
Hysteria,
down tree limbs, electrical wires, 60,000 lost power, and they call it a northeaster. Have you ever been hit hard by a northeaster?
I don't think I've ever been with the northeaster.
All right, I was just checking because it says here in the headline, Northeaster hits New York region hard.
Wow.
I've never been hit by a Northeaster. You?
No.
All right.
It's a nor'easter.
Nor'easter, is that how you say it?
Nor'easter.
Nor'easter. Where do they get this stuff?
Hey, how about,
I've been hit by a nor'easter or a
Have we done a
nor'wester.
traffic report in this segment?
I don't know, did we? But we can.
Do one quick.
Okay. Nothing going on. Picking up 71, 75, hitting your brakes there, slowing down just a little bit, and on 471. 75 right around Mitchell. That's it.
Hey, you know
Back to you.
You know all these guys that die and they say they saw heaven and they were in heaven and everything else? I'm just going to blow that apart for everybody that believes that. There's one common denominator for everybody that says they died and went to heaven, were walking around heaven, and then they came back. You know what that common denominator is?
What?
They didn't die.
Well, sometimes you can legally die, right?
In other words, their brain function and whatever was going on. Now, by the way, I believe in heaven, but give me a break. They don't die.
Damn
like
it.
that little kid that wrote all that stuff. Yeah, talk about making some bucks.
I wish you didn't say
son.
that. That was one of my
but-
things I was holding out hope for.
They can bring you back. People can die.
When we come back, you remind me. I'm going to tell a funny story. I've actually told this at my comedy routine. I'm going to tell you all the story when I got the last rites. It's funny. Until then, this is Lovin' Spoonful of sugar, not cocaine. There was no cocaine in the spoon. It was pure sugar. Summer in the City. Hey, I got a great idea. This is the Bulldog, Eric Deters on Class X Radio. Zimmerman will film the off-air discussions we have.
Do bloopers.
And people can go to ClassXRadio.com and pay money to listen to the break conversations.
Now we might be paying them money to not play that.
We could get rich.
He could, yeah.
All right, here's my last right story, okay?
Okay.
I was 24 years. No, I was 23, 24 years old, and for whatever reason, I started having heart palpitations. They were really bad, and I was a young lawyer. I went to the office, and I was still having them real bad, and I told Brian Rieger, I said, man, I'm going to go over to the ER. They didn't hurt, but I felt like my heart was going to jump out of my chest. I would later learn that almost everybody, or 50% of the population, has these, but nobody ever feels them, or else they actually told me I'd be in there. So I go to the ER at St. E's. I'll never get this. This is a great story. I'm sitting there on the bed in the ER, and Dr. Smith was the doctor. He was wearing his suspenders and everything. Lamont Smith.
He wore suspenders.
And I'm sitting there, and I go, kind of like a Civil War captain. And I said, you know what? I don't feel real good. And all of a sudden, I passed out. And I remember kind of like going in and out, and I'll never forget Lamont Smith, Dr. Smith, grabbing his hair going, I can't believe it. We're losing him. I heard that. I didn't see heaven. I didn't see dark rep. So they bring out the paddles. Jump.
They didn't bring the paddles.
Yes, they did. They did too.
Seriously?
Yeah, I got the old shock treatment.
Oh, my gosh.
So I come to, okay? So they go, man, we don't know what happened, so they admitted me. This guy comes in. His name is Dr. Allen, a cardiologist. I hope some people out there know. This guy looks just like Chevy Chase. I am not kidding you. He could be Chevy Chase's double. I'm laying there in a hospital bed, and Chevy Chase is looking at me. And you know how he says things with a straight face that are funny? First thing out of Chevy Chase, Dr. Allen's cardiologist's mouth is, do you do cocaine? And I said, no, which I don't. I've never touched cocaine. But a young person apparently having a heart attack that's in good health, they just assume that that's the case. I would later, after being there for a couple days, would break the record, they told me, on the treadmill at the cardiac unit because I was fine. I had, those athletes that have like a short circuit, potassium gets low, and they just die on the field. That's what would have happened to me. If I didn't drive myself to the hospital, I would have died. Well, get this. First day I'm there, they send this 90-freaking-year-old priest. Sorry about the freaking. I should have said that. 90-year-old priest, Italian. I think he still spoke Italian. And he asked me if I wanted the last rites. And I'm like, I did. I said, do you know something I don't know?
Yeah, really.
I'm like, but I said, okay. So he starts to give me the oils and last rites and everything.
Oh, my gosh.
And he says, well, I got to take your confession. And he starts confession. And I
How old were you?
I would have been 22. And I'm sitting there looking at this Italian priest. And I'm sitting there thinking, am I going to tell this guy all of my freaking sins? And I said, well, wait a minute. If I lied to him, because I was going to lie to him. I said, if I lied to him and I die, I'm going to go to hell because the last thing I did was lie to a priest getting the last rites. I said, hell with it. I'm telling him everything.
Oh,
and I did.
Did the priest die?
I told this guy, you should have seen this priest, man. This guy was like, I thought he was going to die of a heart attack. I spilled all my guts.
Did he die?
No, he finished me off and blessed me, oils, and left. But I have received the last rites, and when I almost died on the ER, I did not see heaven. I did not see hell. It was only darkness.
You
but
saw
I didn't
Chevy
die.
Chase.
And I also saw Chevy Chase.
Not to laugh. I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh at that.
Here's something that's not laughable. Police are investigating after a 14-year-old was walking her dog just 3 blocks from Obama home, was pushed between a couple of garages by an African-American male and assaulted around 10 a.m. Tuesday. 3 blocks from the president's house.
Jeez.
Good neighborhood.
My brother lives in Chicago now. He said their cab driver the other day took him by Obama's house, and they have security there 24/7, whether he's there or not. There is someone always.
Well, I don't want to make sure nobody plants a bomb or.
He said like black SUVs parked out front constantly, gated, obviously.
Is there a traffic report, Denise?
There really isn't. I mean, I'm
Good.
kind of looking around. Westbound 275,
I
you're a
hate
little
'em.
slow around 42, and on 71, 75, you're slow. Just normal slow spots.
I can't
It is
believe
foggy.
he pays you $50,000.
Yeah, I wish he paid me $50,000 a year.
Okay, L.A. County passed a mandate Tuesday requiring those acting in explicit films to wear contraceptives.
Oh,
A group
man.
of adult film actors are planning to sue the county.
That takes
Their First Amendment rights.
Well, yeah, but they can edit the film part so you don't see it happening, right?
How do you know how they edit these films?
Hey, I know how to edit film.
What do you mean by see? I mean, you're going to see the condom.
Hey, can we move on to something else more tasteful?
I'm a big...
William, why did you put that in my newsletter, you smut magnet?
Oh, my gosh.
A 45-year-old William Lewis Chase was arrested after he stole items from a CVS. He was pushed back inside by an employee, and then he brandished a knife and fled. This guy was robbed by a man in a wheelchair. You get robbed by a guy in a wheelchair, that's
it's
trouble.
bad. Maybe he felt sorry for him, didn't chase him after
You
that.
know
How
that
do you get
video
away?
that Obama-
Downhill, you could get away fast.
That video that Obama tried to blame Libby on, it's called his name was Mark Basley Youssef, was sentenced to a year in prison after he admitted to using multiple false names, violating his probation. His lawyer then said, "The one thing he wanted me to tell all of you is President Obama may have gotten Osama bin Laden, but he didn't kill the ideology." Whoa, profound. Now, if I was his lawyer, I would have raised freaking holy, you know what, about that he was going to jail and Barack Obama was still lying. That's the way I roll. Gabrielle Giffords and her husband, Mark Kelly, are going to attend the sentencing of her assailant.
Really?
Yeah, this morning.
Look him in the eye.
Look him in the eye. The ex-Penn State president was arraigned, Graham Spanier. You know what? A guy named Graham Spanier, you ought to indict him on his name and alone. Police in Orange County are looking for suspects who tried to rob a Chinese restaurant but left empty-handed because the Cantonese-speaking employees didn't understand their English. Hey, man, give me the money. I said, give me the money. I said, give me the money in your drawer. Open the safe. And that's the way it went. This has been a virtual bank robbery between a Chinese and a gang member.
Usually pointing a gun at somebody is a universal language.
You pay now.
They hid behind it.
I understand it, but good for them.
They should have went up and said, "You give me the money, I love you long time."
I ate Chinese yesterday. Pessy, you want my Pessy?
I don't know. Hey, here we go again. We're playing this song.
That's out.
I have no idea.
Is that what it is? I know no Chinese. Zip. But I can count to 10 in Japanese. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, roko, sichi, hachi, kuju.
That could be dead wrong, and I would have no
1, 2, 3, 4,
It is
5,
correct.
6,
I
7,
learned it because
8,
of karate.
9, 10.
I'm a karate man. Hey, this is Alarm at Revolution Working Man Blues. We've never heard this song before, but what the hell? It's Working Man Blues. And every working man has the blues today because of those gas prices that Obama gave you on Class X Radio. This is the Bulldog on Class X Radio. Oh, my goodness. Cattle ranchers, according to Business Courier, stockyards and cattle auctioneers have sued Fifth Third Bank, claiming the bank participates in a scheme that has built them out of $30 million. Oh, well. Here's another, lots of great history for you today. General Theodore Roosevelt Jr., you know, Teddy's son, was a brigadier general in World War II and led the first assault at Normandy and died of a heart attack a few weeks after the attack. Wow. He saw active duty in World War I, receiving the Distinguished Service Cross and the Silver Star, and in World War II. And do you know Teddy's other son, I believe it was Kermit.
Kermit, yep, you're right.
Died. He was an aviator and got shot down in World War I and died. And the Germans gave him a 21-gun salute hero's funeral because they found out who it was.
I did know that. I did know that.
And that destroyed Teddy. Teddy was Mr. Warmonger, da-da-da. And they say that just when he went downhill. Now, he got sick from when he went down to the Amazon and he got that virus, but he was never the same, which, you know, I can attest to. You lose a child, you're never the same. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine.
All right, before I go on to the important matters in this country and start articulating things, will allow our program to be interrupted by this overpriced blonde traffic reporter. Go ahead, Denise.
Yeah, blonde hair costs a lot. Northbound 75 at Tellersville, there's an accident. It's on the right shoulder, slowing down just a little bit. Now, that again is in the northbound direction around Tylersville. Now, if you're heading southbound, that traffic's starting to slow down, or especially around the 275 merge. Then again, around Ronald Reagan at the merge there. Northbound 7175, slow from Buttermilk to the bridge, taking about 20 to 25 minutes there. 471, slowing down just from around Route 8 into downtown. And 275 westbound, between 71 and 75, you're slow in that westbound direction. Back to you.
All right. Hey, do any of you guys have $5,000 I can borrow?
No.
What do you need to borrow $5,000 for?
Mike does. Because my wife, who has always nixed the hot tub, after going to Hocking Hills,
now she wants a hot tub.
She's allowed the hot tub.
Christmas.
Nah, I want it earlier than that. But I'm broke. You know why I'm broke? I have too many employees.
Because of Denise?
You know what? We should all just quit.
I don't pay Denise. Spry pays her, thank God.
Yeah. We could all just quit, though.
I can't believe.
Do you think he could do it?
You know what, really? I don't think Spry should have to pay you guys. I think you all should volunteer just working with the Bulldog, who once was Willie's backup.
That's true.
By the way, let's just
and
go
that
ahead.
will pay our bills?
Let's go ahead and mention this. If you listen, everybody channel surfs in this town. And by the way, I am a loyal Class X radio listener. I listen to good rock and roll all day, all night, every weekend. But we all admit that we all switch channels around every once in a while. And Willie's my buddy, so come on, I got to listen to Willie some. Well, yesterday, Willie was down because he felt like he looked like a fool, because Willie has insiders in the state of Ohio that were telling him they were going to pull it out. So he goes on Hannity's show. He goes all over the place, egg all over his face. He assured his friends in the national media that the Republicans were going to win Ohio. And I actually spoke to him a little bit, too, and he is thinking about hanging it up. And this is his logic. He's very busy with television, and the fact that he's busy with television, he kind of feels like he's a leader. In fact, before this happened, before it blew up in his face, I said, oh, my God, Willie, you are like, in your position, you are like deciding who is elected president of the United States. That's awesome. And he said, I'm doing my little bit too, Willie. But he's got more watts. Well, anyway, guess what? He is truly thinking about giving it up. And if he does, because, he just doesn't feel like, I think I could convince him to join us in the mornings, because he's going to go back to practicing law. And everybody knows the morning show, if you want to practice law, this is perfect, because you practice and you go to court at 9 o'clock, everything's fine. You get yourself a backup, So how cool would it be if Willie, and I would take the back seat, of course, because, deference, he's my mentor, he's my radio hero.
So Willie, you can make him your backup.
No,
that wouldn't happen.
No. Willie's the man. I have great fun as his sidekick. So that would be like the good old days. You at the board, Willie in the big chair.
Would be.
And me as his sidekick. Willie would probably want to get rid of Denise. I don't think he likes women.
Love Willie. Willie's the best. No, Willie he doesn't
Willie
like
wouldn't
women.
Willie doesn't like women. He likes his buddies. He'd probably veto you.
Is he gay?
No.
Oh.
He's
married.
in love with Penelope R.
There you go.
R.
But how
Cunningham.
cool. Just
First
think what that would
District
do for
Circuit
Class
Court
X radio,
judge.
folks. Class X radio. We'd play Peaches and Herb the first show. Reunited and it feels
Are you
so
offering
good.
him to come work with you?
If he quits WLW, I've already talked to Spry. Spry says offer him a contract.
There
Bryce
you
willing
go.
to pay him $1 million
Did
a
Spry
show.
inherit some
Wow.
freaking money or something? He's throwing money around left and right to
Yeah.
everybody but me. Anyway, Willie and the dog. That would be a blast.
Be like the old days.
Hey, they say, according to one of those, I forget his name. He was on Fox News. He's one of those analysts, that Nancy Pelosi will not be in leadership, that they're sick and tired of the crazy stretched-faced lady from San Francisco. Just like I'm sick and tired of fat-faced, cheeseburger-eating, blowhard Chris Christie. Tired of that guy. Now, Harry Reid, apparently, who wants to play kumbaya as long as you know what, we are back. Nothing's changed, and that's a good thing. Thank God the Republicans held on to the House, because now it's going to be the same old thing. Reid's going to say, tax the people that are rich. Boehner's going to say, no. Okay, off the fiscal cliff.
a long way down.
How about Alan West? Alan West is demanding a recount. He lost. You know what? Maybe
Really?
that comment about the communists being in, did he say like 80? Didn't he say like, it was like 80 people in Congress are communists or something? Now, come on. You can say socialist. You can't say communist.
It's not helping your cause.
No, not at all. The stock market yesterday dropped 310 points, I think, based upon Obama. That's how much faith Wall Street has in old Barack Obama. Unbelievable.
Wonder what it would have been like with Romney if he had won.
By the way, I'm going to do some more analysis. It wouldn't have gone down. The economy would start better. You know, one thing that Romney did do wrong, I didn't touch upon this, and I didn't realize this, that Obama, he got 73% of the white male vote, but he needed 74% of the male vote. And Obama got 11% of the women, margin women vote. You know what he should have done? He played it safe after that first debate. He played it safe, which is sad because his dad, he said, what would your dad say? This is on the eve of him getting the Republican nomination. Well, my dad would say, be bold, be bold. Well, you weren't very bold, Mitt. You didn't take, just think what would have happened is if from the first debate all the way through the election, he was like a rabid dog with Libya and Benghazi and the economy. Pounding him on the economy and just demanding at the third debate saying, we want to know what you knew and when you knew it, and gone off like a raging maniac like Willie and me. Why? The men would have been fired up. Yeah. And he would have got 74, 75% of the vote. Instead, he's trying not to act, the way he is to not get the women vote. The women went with Obama anyway. And by the way, speaking of my mentor, Willie had a great comment. Mitt Romney looks like the guy that fired your dad. He does. He does. Yeah. And he probably did. He worked at Bank Capital.
Well.
And let me tell you something about politics. I know politics. I ran big-time political campaigns. Not a presidential campaign. I'm no Carville or Rove. Let me tell you something. One of the things you've got to do, and you do it early, is you define your opponent. And they just loaded up on old Mitt Romney without any retaliation in July and August and September. Rich Bain Capital guy. And that's how they got the minorities all fired up, because they don't like Rich Bain Capital guy. Axelrod, Count Chocula ran a good campaign. I hate to admit it, but he did. And what about Rubio? If Rubio was the VP choice, see, it mattered. Paul Ryan's a lightweight. Rubio, hello, Florida, Hispanic voters in Colorado, Nevada, Rubio. Guess who else likes Rubio? Because he's kind of a soft, wimpy kind of guy. The ladies, you would have done better with the women. The Tea Party would have been more fired up.
What do you mean women like soft, wimpy guys?
You like soft, wimpy guys.
No, we don't like soft, wimpy guys.
What kind of guys do you like? You like a man's man and a woman's man, like John Wayne, Bulldog, Clint Eastwood, those kind of guys?
I would prefer to have a man's man, a tough guy that would stick up for you and take care of you.
Somebody kicked somebody's butt if they smacked you on the butt and you didn't like it.
Well,
by the way, I got another great story about that, too, when we come back.
That Denise just likes.
Do you remember Caddies? I got in a fight at Caddies that I will share with the ladies and gentlemen of the American jury when we come back. Until then, this is ELO. I heard this song yesterday, and I said, I got to play that song. This is the Electric Light Orchestra. Turn to Stone if you look at Medusa on Class X Radio. Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Class X Radio. The Wall Street Journal tells the story that back in the summer when Obama's campaign was bashing Romney, one of the reasons why Romney didn't respond is he didn't have the cash at the time. He was out there trying to raise the money. Now, next time we do sports, and we're going to talk about the NFL, we're now ready. Hit it. There we go. And before I tell my funny story about caddies, the funniest moments of the 2012 campaign, here you go. Yep. I think. Yes?
Maybe.
Maybe not. Hold on. Some people just don't know how to work a computer. You need me to come over there and work the computer for you too, Garrett? Hello. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and tell the story about caddies. Now, I don't know how many of you guys out there, and this is a good question for you. What would you do if you were in a situation where, based upon honor, you had to throw a punch and you knew you were probably going to get your butt kicked? Well, I did the right thing. Here's the story. I was at Caddy's with my first wife at the time. We weren't married. And Alan Smith. And Alan was with Amber Duncan. I had fixed him up with her, okay? And we were at Caddy's, and Alan and Amber and I are sitting there at the table, and all of a sudden I saw her, my wife, go like sprawling backwards. Like clearly something had happened. And I said, holy cow. So I ran up to this area, and I said, what happened? What happened? He goes, that guy pinched my butt, and I slapped him, and he slapped me back.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I said, what? And they're standing there in the middle of Caddy's were three really big dudes, gold chains, working out all day, going to the bars at night, tanning beds, the whole freaking bit. And I'm sitting there, I look at them. Now, I had been taking karate for 1 year.
Okay.
But anyway, I was 19. This one guy leans over between the two, and he goes, you better get your effing stuff straight, B word. And I did this.
Her?
This was like a millisecond.
Oh.
This was like a millisecond split decision. I thought I'm going to slow it down. I mean, I did this in a split second, but this is what I thought. Well, these are three big guys. Alan is still sitting over at the table with this girl. I'm alone. There's three of them. I'm going to die, but I now have to hit that guy.
Yes, you do.
And I just let him have it. Pow! Right in the nose. Down he goes. I go down on top of him. I'm wailing away on this guy who's twice my size. And
where were the other guys?
To my shock, now this is an interesting story. I just figured I'm going to just kill this guy before these other guys come in. His two buddies never did a thing.
Maybe they felt like he deserved it.
Bingo. The bouncers came. They made him leave. I didn't have to leave, but I was done for the night. I'm not kidding. I actually went out in the parking lot like Rocky. Oh, baby, I kicked that guy's butt. He's a big dude. But I'm not kidding you. I had to make a choice. If somebody pinches your girlfriend or your wife's butt, you got to let it go. But, man, if they retaliate to a slap or they
knocked her down.
You're standing there and somebody calls your girlfriend, your wife, F and B, you got to hit them, right?
Yeah, you do. If not,
I probably just made some more friends over that one, especially among our women audience, that I did that. Because this guy was twice as big as me, and I'm not kidding you. I thought the three of them would kill me.
well, and if you didn't do it, she should have walked out because you never defend her ever.
Do you know who else would have done that? Chuck Holbrook. Chuck would have killed the guy. By the way, I did actually get hit. This is true. And all the fights I've ever been in, and I haven't been in a bunch of them, not as many as Chuck, but all the fights I've been in, true story, I've never had my butt kicked, and I've never been hit. You know why? I'm scared to death of getting hit.
Do you just duck a lot?
But when they pulled that guy apart, he threw a kind of, and it just grazed my head, and it kind of made me mad. Do you have the funniest moments of 2012 up, Garrett, the producer?
I do.
All right, let's hear it.
You said that you had run a 2-hour and 50-something marathon. It turned out that, of course, it was actually over 4 hours.
I've just lost perspective on what normal times are.
But, folks, I can tell you, and I've known 8 presidents, 3 of the minimum.
Morning, y'all. I like grits. I love Big Bird.
There's never been a day in the last 4 years I've been proud to be his vice president. Not one single day.
They seem to be Joe Biden heavy.
Precisely with exactly what I said, but I stand by what I said, whatever it was. 3-letter word. Jobs. 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 Join me
He can spell.
in welcoming the next president of the United States, Paul Ryan.
He's vice president.
Vice president.
Stamped with 3 proud words, made in the USA.
And, of course, we know Barack Obama last go-around went to 58 states. Or was it
funny.
52? I forget how many states he went to. We're having some fun. Let me see, what else do I have here to report on? In the old days, if you needed a job and the incumbent didn't give you a job, you'd vote him out. But not anymore. Now you say, hey, this guy's going to keep giving me benefits. I'm going to hang in there. We already covered Chris Christie and saying, by the way, that was a turning point. If Chris Christie would not have done that, I mean, that hurt. And, of course, Chris Christie's mad at the staffers of Romney. I'll guarantee you the whole Romney gang, they may not tell Chris Christie, but they ain't happy. And you know what? Romney played it safe. He didn't go on talk shows. He didn't do any of that stuff.
He didn't waste time on talk shows.
Get this, too, though. A buddy of mine sent me a very funny bumper sticker that's apparently selling like hotcakes. It's in descending order. Recession, depression, oppression. With the Obama little, Pepsi-looking thing. Here's another thing that cracks me up. You know, Obama didn't go to New York. He only went to Jersey, remember? Because he called Mayor Bloomberg up, and Bloomberg said, nah, you don't need to come. Ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, when I'm elected president in 2016 and there's a catastrophe, I'm the freaking president of the United States. I don't ask Mayor Bloomberg whether I should come to New York or not. I say, you call Bloomberg, I'm coming. What kind of a wuss asks the mayor of a city for him to come? Garrett, am I not right or not?
You're right.
By the way, you know how, Romney got 73% of the white male vote. I'm going to get 99% of the white male vote and 85% of the black male vote. If Herman Cain's still around, I might make him my VP. Although I was also thinking about just making Chuck my VP. He's my right-hand man anyway. Chuck, you're the vice president. Okay, man.
Then what would you do? Because then he couldn't be your right hand.
Team, man. We just let Zimmerman record it all.
There you go.
Follow us around, flying around on those jets and everything.
Get Zim a room in the White House.
Oh, there you go.
Zim could be your pilot.
Be the pilot.
Hey, speaking
Air
of
Force One.
Speaking of the Godfather, Larry Grouse, at his party the other night, election night, this is an incredible story. I can't believe I forgot to say this on Wednesday. He had this really neat blue and white china. I mean, it was beautiful. I told my wife, I said, look, isn't that beautiful? And everybody said, man, that is beautiful. Larry goes, yeah, you know where that's from? No, that's from the Shah of Iran. I said, what? He says, yeah, when the Shah of Iran, he came over to the United States, we granted him, permission to come over here and granted him that asylum. Guess what? When he died and they auctioned off everything in his state, Larry bought his freaking china. And we turned it over, and sure enough, it was made in England. And to be honest with you, it looked a little Middle Eastern with some of this stuff. It is beautiful. So the Godfather has the china from the Shah of Iran.
Wow.
I wonder if he got a good deal on it.
Guess what china that I got? I got Tony Soprano's. I bought Tony Soprano's when he went away for a while in Carmela and needed to have a yard sale because she needed money. I bought from Carmela, I bought Tony Soprano's.
Nice.
And then we sang a Journey song.
She didn't find the money buried in the backyard?
No, did we do a traffic report? Can you do one 10 seconds? Because we're running late.
Okay.
Or do you want to just forget about it?
Well, you know what? There's really not a whole lot going on.
Then there's no lot going on.
75 at Tylersville.
3 Dog Night. Liar on Class X. That didn't sound like...
That was her Blondie theme song.
That was my new traffic. I was going to surprise you.
When we come back, we will do it right. I apologize.
I was going to surprise you with this. You think I'm not working.
You have your own theme
You think
song.
I'm not working.
3 Dog Night Liar on Class X Radio. This is the Bulldog on Class X Radio. Well, that little 9-year-old girl can run.
She's too.
Run. All right, coming up now, we have her on the phone. By the way, if you have something you'd like to say, you can call 513-201-8891. This is Michelle Hall, the owner of Champagne Promotions, and she's calling in to talk about how at the Moon Ball, a dance benefit that will benefit the Gallatin Animal Shelter in Kentucky, where they have elephants, dogs, cats, alligators, and chihuahuas.
Lions and tigers and bears.
And the volunteers there work hard day in and day out, and this is a chance for them to be off. But Michelle Hall, welcome to Class X Radio.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
All right, well, we're glad to have you. Why don't you just tell the ladies and gentlemen of the American Jury, Bulldog Nation out there, what it is you're doing and how important it is.
Well, what we are doing, we're having a wonderful fundraiser called the How at the Moon Ball. It's going to be at Belterra on Saturday night. Starts right around 8 o'clock. And all of the money is going to go to support the FOGS, Friends of the Gallatin County Shelter. It's an amazing shelter. It's the only no-kill animal shelter in that area, nonprofit. The people work really hard, and we just really want to celebrate and support the shelter by selling tickets, and we'll have some raffles and some contests. It'll be a lot of fun.
What does it mean when you are a no-kill shelter?
That means any animals that they bring in, they will place into a loving, caring home. They do fostering, adoptions, and they're very successful in what they're doing and work really hard to make sure those animals stay alive and are healthy.
True story, Michelle. My dog, one of our golden retrievers, Puppy, that got ran over by a vehicle, there's no doubt in my mind her entire back hip was crushed. She couldn't hardly walk forever. Then when she did, she was dragging her feet. And I did not take her to the vet or the animal shelter on purpose. We gave her Tylenol, true story, gave her Tylenol and let her just deal with it. She's fine now. She's fully recovered because I told my wife if we take her to the vet or the Kenton County Animal Shelter, they'll put her down, and I couldn't lose my puppy, and she's still with us today. So I admire a no-kill shelter.
Yes, that's awesome. That's such a great story, too.
Michelle, do you recommend giving Tylenol to the dog? People medicine.
It's the same.
It worked.
It worked. Now, Michelle, if somebody out there listening who wants to support this, what should they do? Do you have a website? What can they do? Just give you cash, give you money? Is there a donation they need to make? Are you looking for silent auction items? Promote that. Am I allowed to say promote?
Give information.
Give information. Give information of your event.
Okay, what you could do, if you would like to purchase a ticket, you can go to www.howlitthemoonball.eventbrite.com, or you could also just go to our website, my website, which is toast2success.com, and there's also information on that site as well about donating, and we would love to have any promotional items for silent auctions. I can also leave a phone number if that would be okay.
Yes.
My phone number is 859-444-2640. Again, that's 859-444-2640. And anybody that wants any information or donate anything, we would love to, have your support. And you can just give me a call, and we'll handle everything for you.
I want to warn you, Michelle. Garrett, my producer here, is a single man, and he wrote your number down. And if he harasses you, you let us know.
I was just going to give you a call at some point, Michelle. Hey, I love animals.
Big animal lover, yeah.
Now, can you email me, Michelle, at Eric at ericdeters.com, Eric at ericdeters.com, all your information, and I'll put it in the newsletter tomorrow, the blog, our 50,000 Facebook friends. In addition to that, I commit to you some money or a prize. I will send it to you.
That is wonderful, and we're so thankful. Thank you so much.
Do you have any alligators, crocodiles, or exotic reptiles, like maybe dinosaurs that haven't died,
or snakes
or
something?
Shelter,
snakes
that we would be interested in maybe adopting? I'd kind of like to have a little baby dinosaur.
A baby.
Well, I will definitely check into that for you.
Do you have snakes, Michelle?
I hate snakes.
But you want a baby dinosaur.
You know what, Michelle? If you got snakes, you should kill them before they eat the cats.
I was going to say, you need to change your policy around a little bit and make it a no-kill shelter except for the snakes.
What about the dinosaurs?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right,
Dinosaurs,
Michelle.
maybe.
Michelle, you sound like a sweetheart. Way to take care of those animals. God love you. You're doing God's work. And you come on Class X Radio whenever you want, okay?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All righty.
Bye, Michelle.
Have a great day.
Denise, the next time we have a guest, will you not ask stupid questions? I mean, we ask good questions.
Dinosaurs?
Pertinent.
What did I ask?
Relevant questions, and you're interrupting us with dumb questions.
God.
Like cats and dogs living together in mass hysteria. Huh?
Play her theme song for her. Play her theme song.
Yeah,
Let's get. We've beaten Blondie
She's
down.
all
Let's put her
excited
back
about
up.
this.
Put her back up. Well, really? I mean, come on. People are sitting in traffic. They're listening to us.
There's cars out
on the
there.
road.
If you see tail lights, slow down, turn signal, back off a little bit, pass on the left, don't pass on the right.
Speed.
I got an email
go
yesterday.
fast.
I got a message on Facebook yesterday that somebody was thankful that I actually gave a traffic report. So you know what you guys can do.
Hey, let me see. We've been doing this 3
There's
months, and she's
certain things you
gotten
can-
one thank you.
No.
Boy,
I just got one
that
yesterday.
just shows she's worth her 50 grand.
Great work,
All right,
Denise.
everybody.
Jeez.
Denise
Thank
got
you.
it.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
How about
Give
a
me
rock
Oracle
song?
static there.
Rock song.
Oracle.
No,
Listen,
I decide Oracle
status.
status.
I did it one day.
CCR. Heard it through the grapevine on Class X Radio. Deters, the Bulldog on Class X Radio. How about this? Governor Cuomo in New York fired his State Office of Emergency Management, Steve Kerr. And you want to know why? During the Sandy storm, Kerr, who lives in Suffolk County, was working in Albany. At a time when work crews were in high demand, he is believed to have told the Suffolk County Office of Emergency Management to clear a tree from his driveway. Way to be self-sacrificing and show leadership. Are you kidding me? And you know what? Chuck came with a great idea. When I'm elected president in 2016, how awesome would this be? Because, see, Bulldog Nation, we don't think outside the box. We make our own box. And here's the deal. I will do a national Class X radio show from the White House, morning drive, every day, 6 to 9. How cool would it be for the president to be doing my show just like I always do and taking callers from the people, not scared at all. And, of course, when I have to go out of country and things like that, I'll have a backup, some U.S. senator that I need for election or something. But anyway, bottom line is, how cool would that be? The president giving his morning, because Obama sleeps till 10. I'll do my radio show in the morning.
You never sleep. See, you'd have plenty of time to do it all.
Did you hear about this? The University of Mississippi, many students, and they were dropping the N-word apparently, lots of places, were apparently so upset about the Obama victory that they had like a little race riot down there. And the university president's going to drop the hammer on them. And, that brings up bad images of way back when. Remember the movie Mississippi Burning, where Alec Baldwin played a prosecutor. It's going to be interesting this second term. The cabinet shakeup. Hillary said she was done. But you know what? She might want to stick around and protect her little hiney in light of everything going on in Libya. And I want to know, it'll also be interesting to see how many people Barack Obama has to pardon when his administration is over with. He'll be pardoning everybody, I bet. I want to thank Michelle Hall of Champagne Promotions who called in. They're having a How at the Moon Ball, a dance benefit to benefit the Gallatin Animal Shelter. And I'll have more information there tomorrow on my newsletter and website. All right, Blondie, how about a traffic report?
You really want one?
Yes.
All right. There you go. See? I thought I'd surprise you.
Here's some numbers. Obama got 28% of the minority vote. The seniors didn't come out in the numbers expected. The youth vote came out.
Old people.
Romney got 60% of the white vote. Obama 40%. Obama got over 90% of the black vote. Romney had 73% of white men. He needed 74. Pretty interesting. Women voted for Obama by an 11-point margin. Thanks, ladies. Jeez, oh, Pete. Are you kidding me? Here we go. By the way, Dick Morris took his medicine on Bill O'Reilly last night. He predicted a landslide, but he had a good comment. He said, well, there's me, Carville, Rove, and Axelrod are the only ones alive that have elected a president. And fair enough. People get things wrong. Even more. I kind of agreed with Morris. And what Morris blamed the models, he said the turnout wasn't what it was supposed to be in 2008. And he misjudged the minority turnout. Now you see the pounding from Obama's campaign on that 47% and Bain Capital and firing people and rich people. Because who does that turn on to Obama and off Romney? Minorities. Because they get discriminated against, so they have that sense of unfairness. And that's it. Jake, you've been gone way too long. Do you have anything to report on?
I don't know.
What do you think of Blondie's new theme music?
I like
fact
it.
that she's got theme music and you don't.
I don't have theme music. I got to find my theme.
You got to find theme music.
It's
Did
pretty
you
good.
find that cut from Colonel Jessup?
We got it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the American jury, there's really only one reason why Mitt Romney, you can slice it and dice it however you want. But the real reason is the American people didn't want to hear the truth, did not want to hear the truth that Romney and the Republicans and I was giving them. And this is a Romney campaign supporter trying to explain that they need to hear the truth. Yeah, baby. One of the all-time best clips in any movie. And I don't know about you, but I was for him.
Yeah.
Not little Tom Cruise, Jadcore lawyer. He said, dude, Santiago's death is tragic. But, oh, my God. Isn't that awesome? Gets you fired up. Well, unfortunately, the American public didn't want to hear that truth. When we come back, we'll have more Radio Superbity. Blondie will continue to keep you posted on traffic. We'll try to think of a theme song for Jake. Hey, I got it. It's country. A dog named Jake.
Nope, we don't have that.
A cat named Kalamazoo.
We don't have that one.
A dog named Jake and a cat named Kalamazoo. That's
Well, what
perfect
about Garrett?
for Jake.
Garrett's going to need
You
one.
guys are hillbillies.
Garrett doesn't need one.
Sure he does.
When we come back, more Radio Superbity. This is U2 on Class X Radio. This is the Bulldog on Class X Radio. You know this whole female voters thing? Let me just tell you the way it is. This is a fact, Jack. What drives conservative and the conservative vote in this country is talk radio. That's what drives the male conservative voter. Do you know, and I know a lot of you ladies out there love the Bulldog and the other conservative talk shows, but as a stereotype, as a majority, women do not like aggressive, conservative talk radio. My wife listens to NPR. Willie's wife listens to NPR. They don't like the strength of it, the volume of it, the standoffishness, the battle, the engagement, which defines us. I mean, from Rush on down, baby, that's what defines it. And women don't like it. So the conservatives in this country find their home among white male voters. And I'm sorry, folks, but whether you're white, black, Asian, blue, red, or pink, we're right. Obama says the best is yet to come. Yeah, maybe the best destruction of America. Everybody knows second terms are bad. You go back and look in history, second terms are bad. You're a lame duck, either you get ignored. By the way, California, with all their problems, they just freaking raised the hell out of taxes. The total vote, 60 million votes versus 57 million votes. I'd like to somebody do the math on this. Each candidate basically spent $1 billion. You count super PACs. For $1 billion, how much does 60 million, let's just round it up. $1 billion, 60 million votes, how much did each vote cost? I'd like to know what that is. $1 billion, 60 million. Florida, they might have a recount. Obama was ahead by only 0.5% as of yesterday afternoon, with 97% of the votes in. Only 45,000 of 8 million votes cast separated Obama and Romney. So you got 3% out there, and Obama's got a 45,000 vote. And by the way, guess what happened on that one? The I-4 corridor, the Orlando, Ocala, Tampa area, which they thought Romney had. The Hispanic issue, Obama threw late money in on Hispanic radio and television to get the vote out. Do you think that would have happened if Rubio was on a ticket? No. Caught with their pants down. Speaker John Boehner gave a pretty good speech yesterday, and he said, hey, this is your moment. We'd like you to lead us, not as a liberal or conservative, but as President of the United States. He talked about he doesn't think tax increases are good, but Boehner said, hey, let's do it. Harry Reid says, he wants to push through Senate rules change that would limit the ability to filibuster. Guess what? That's not going to happen. And he was reelected Senate Majority Leader. Mitch McConnell, who maybe is going to have to run against Ashley Judd and all that star power, says the pressure's now on Obama. That is true. We already covered this. Christie, according to Daily Mail, criticized the know-nothing disgruntled Romney staffers. Hey, cheeseburger head, shut up and go back to Jersey. Republican Representative Tom Cole of Oklahoma said Paul Ryan has some big decisions to make. No, he doesn't. Paul Ryan, nice guy enough, lightweight, Boy Scout. Fox News listed 5 ways the mainstream media tipped it for Obama. Biased gaffe patrol, media pounded Romney with partisan fact-checking, debate moderators were biased, the media ignored Benghazi, the media buried. Well, you know what? When you lose a race, it's pretty close. There's 1,000 different things you could point to, like the vice presidential choice, not having money in the summer when you were getting pounded, not being aggressive at the end, thinking you had it won. And this is a funny story. With 94% of the vote tallied as of yesterday afternoon, the amendment to legalize the use of medical marijuana in Colorado garnered 53,290 more votes than Obama did for president. Interpretation, people in Colorado love pot better than Obama. Hey, Blondie, you ready for your traffic report now?
I am.
I've given you a lot of time. You are now on. Go.
Well, okay. Accident southbound 71, just south of Field Turtle. It is up on the right shoulder, so watch for that. There's a broken down car on northbound 75, just north of 74. It has that traffic slow if you're heading northbound on 75 from the 74 merge. Also on eastbound 74 from Shepherd Creek. Accident at Dry Fork and Harrison, Eden, at East Charlton Street, so you need to watch for that as well. And West Mitchell at Lowry.
Will you properly pronounce that word again? East Charleston Street? What was that you mentioned?
Oh, I guess it did. Okay.
Yeah. It's okay. I think
you fixed it.
I think okay. Grover Norquist is the nerdy jackwagon who made all the Republicans sign that pledge. This guy said the Republicans are as strong as they were after 2010. Duh. But they, considered a devastating blow. You didn't win the president. Let me tell you something. They blew it, folks. And I'm an equal opportunity basher. You all know that. The Republicans blew it. Blew it. They should have won the presidency, and they should have won the Senate. And let me tell you something else, too. I don't know about you, and I think she's pretty, and I like her policy, but I'm going to tell you right now, I am sick and tired of listening to Sarah Palin spew the same stuff over and over again in broken sentences because she can't speak in a normal tone with flowing English. I'm telling you, I can't stand her. Willie, we had this conversation. Willie's the same way. I turn her off. I cannot listen to her. I heard Fox News wasn't going to renew her contract. She has a great following. She's filthy rich now, but I can't stand to listen to her because she never says anything outside the box. It's kind of like Hannity. They just say the same thing, the quote-unquote talking points they always complain about. Well, they just do the Republican talking points. And another guy that just, I can't stand to have him on it anymore. Herman Cain. You know what Herman Cain? There's a reason why, besides the sex stuff. Herman Cain's on Air of Hannity last night. You know why Herman Cain said, this is unbelievable. The reason why, just think about that. He is on Fox News giving national analysis. He said, the reason why Obama won is it was a popularity contest, and he ran a popularity contest. What? There isn't one person with any brains that say that. Everybody knows the game plan was get the minorities out, define Romney, and then get out your vote. It was a popularity contest. My God. I get fired up, man. I do.
You do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, American jury, we're going to come back for our final 30 minutes of radio superbity this morning. If you've missed any part of the show, you need to go back and watch the whole show because it kicked butt. And you also learned what music that this prize first kissed to.
Yep, and it is Charlton, not Charleston.
Okay, and I've already forgotten the, like a Charlton chew, a Charleston chew. Do you know what a Charleston chew is?
No S in there.
You know what a Charleston chew is?
I'm assuming it's a candy bar, I'm hoping.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I thought it was a piece of
marshmallow and chocolate.
I thought it was a piece of bubble gum wrapped in, or a piece of chew.
You all like moon pies?
Tobacco.
No.
Wrapped in bubble gum. What's that called?
I don't know.
What? A piece of gum in tobacco? That's just gross.
But guess what?
Haven't you ever seen
all my brothers chewed tobacco and snuff? I didn't. You know why? First time I ever had Red Band, stuck it in my jaw, riding on the fender of my brother Jed, raking hay, out in the field by the house. I got my first Charles Redman in there. It's probably 12 years old. I'm feeling like a big shot. He hits a freaking hole, and I swallowed my Redman.
I was just going to say.
I knew that sicker than hell, and I never touched it again.
Oh, did it get stuck? I would think that would be such a big wad of
Redman.
Ugh. Nasty.
All right. This is Guess Who? Sour Sweet on Class X Radio. Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Class X Radio. Got a few announcements to make. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury, tomorrow on Class X Radio, we are going to be joined by Steve Hacker. Is it Hacker? Hawker?
Hacker.
Slacker? Hacker. Steve Hacker.
He's a big fan of yours. He's been dying to get in here and meet you, apparently.
Well, Steve Hacker, I want to let you know my shoes will need to be shot. I'm just teasing,
I want to
Steve.
let you know, Steve Hacker, that in order to get in this building, you better bring some food.
Donuts?
Box of donuts.
All right.
I personally like OJ.
Come on.
Some hot stripper that Garrett can watch while he produces the show.
That'd be nice. Denise is terrible.
Steve Hacker from the band IROCS. IROCS. What does that stand for? What does that acronym stand for?
I don't know. You'll have to ask him.
R-O what?
IROCS.
You'll have to ask him. There you go.
International Race of Champion Sports.
Zim's making it up over there.
Steve will be joining us in the studio at 8 a.m. And he's going to be out of here by 8:01. So
is he?
You want?
Oh wait, and you've got to bring him a T-shirt.
So that's a 3-minute break.
You've got to bring him a Bulldog Nation T-shirt, by the way.
Now we're just teasing you, Steve.
Those T-shirts go for what? $15?
No, we sell them
$99.
$199.
Oh.
He's trying to.
You got to text me in the morning, and I will bring him. I need to know whether it's a short sleeve, long sleeve, and what size. Or I don't know, Steve. You know, if he's gay, it's okay. I'll bring him the pink one.
Oh, okay. Well, we can. I'll send him a message and ask him if he would prefer
Or if he's 400 pounds, I'll grab a bed sheet tonight.
There we go.
Anyway, Steve Hacker from the band IROCS. I'm sure he will bring something to the show, and we have to make room for his comments, so we'll just not do traffic for the 30 or 60 minutes that he's here.
Nothing to report from.
Do you have something to report, or they just? Let me see. They're standing on their brakes, over to the side, sitting on their brakes.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're doing pretty good. There is an accident, okay, with injuries on toys on very bad.
I don't know, Washington or the Eagles.
Philly, I think it's Philly.
Yeah, they'll lose to them too.
Yep. I don't know. Philly sucks.
They do. They're really
it's their offensive line. It's not Mike Vick's fault.
Right.
All those people that are stuck in traffic, I'm really sorry.
Yeah.
They don't take it seriously in here because they don't have to deal with the traffic.
Actually, folks, she could care less. She couldn't care less about you out there on the roads.
Mm-hmm.
She gets a paycheck for telling you why
I could make it up.
and
I
for
could
how
say there's
long you'll be
nothing at all
stuck in
going on
traffic.
out there. There's nothing.
I don't know if you all knew this, but remember Jesse Jackson Jr., who got reelected the other night, even though he's been AWOL and in bed in a mental ward. Let me tell you something. I predicted that he's doing all of this because of the criminal investigation. Well, now the feds apparently are working with him on a deal, misappropriation of money. Russian President Vladimir Putin said through his spokesman that he was happy that Obama won. Oh, really? So's China, so's North Korea, Egypt, Libya, Syria. What have I missed here? Pakistan, all the radical Islamic terrorists, Iraq, Iran. They're all happy Obama won. The only country that's not happy that he won is Israel and England. And, of course, half the United States, which he thoroughly divided. You know what? There's nothing like an anecdote. An anecdote. In fact, since the beginning of time when we were all huddled around the fire in a cave, we've told stories. Jesus taught in parables. Abraham Lincoln taught in stories. All good trial lawyers, like me, will tell you that a story is what counts. You know what? Yesterday, I'm not going to tell you who they were, but two men who are involved in small business, I had a conversation with right outside the studio. And we had a discussion about how bad it is. And it's clear, based on my conversation with them, that the economy's tough because of all this Obama regulation, Obamacare, so forth and so on, and they work in sales, and they were talking about how no small business has any money to spend on sales. And I know for a fact, where you used to work, sales down.
Oh, terrible.
Terrible down. And people just don't have the money to spend on advertising. I mean, small business. And I still haven't found a doctor that was pleased that Obamacare might be saved with Barack Obama. Oh, my God. It's the end of this world as we know it.
And I don't feel fine. We need a song, by the way. Speaking of songs.
We do need a song? Mm-hmm. You don't have a song picked out?
How about this? Should we do the rundown on the air? You know how we do the rundown normally?
Yeah.
All right,
How much time we got? How much time we got? Oh, it's 9:40.
Plenty of time.
Okay. We're good. Let's do the rundown. This is what we do.
This will be the song you play.
Okay, this is what we do. This is how we do it. Go ahead.
Choose carefully. All right, all right. Rolling Stones, Anybody Seen My Baby?
No.
Al Stewart, On the Border?
No way.
Neil Young, Old Man?
No.
Lou Reed, Walk on the Wild Side?
This is really the way it goes.
John Mullane, The One That Got Away?
Don't even know the heck who he is. No.
Elvis Costello, Watching the Detectives?
Maybe going to the next one.
Doors, Light My Fire?
Mm-hmm.
Now we played that already.
Brother Fire Tribe, Love Goes Down?
No.
Robert Plant, Tall Cool One?
Hell no.
Jefferson Starship, Ride the Tiger?
No. Hey, I got a song.
Okay.
Can you check to see if they got Robert Plant 29 Palms? Oh, my God. You know what, Class X Radio? This is a deep track. And I used to listen to this song before every softball game. When I played softball, I would listen to this song right the last 5 minutes before I got to the field. Did they got it?
Did it help you?
You got 29 Palms?
Do they got it?
This is 29 Palms, Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. You will love this song. Robert Plant, 29 Palms on Class X Radio. Eric Deters, the Bulldog on Class X Radio. Me and the boys and Blondie. Actually, we didn't even let Blondie have a vote, did we? We've decided that we're going to make our studio here a Hall of Fame of cool dudes. So,
as long as I get Matthew McConaughey, you can do whatever you want.
We did get McConaughey, right?
We got McConaughey coming.
But I want a life-size one right next to me.
All right, now here we go. We have in here, just so you know, we got AC/DC, we got TR, we got Washington, Lincoln, and Reagan. We got Andrew Jackson. We got Springsteen. I know he supported Obama, but he's still a cool dude. We got Johnny Cash. We got Josie Wales. We got Led Zeppelin. And we've decided by executive order today, by the way, we got Farrah coming too. It's got to be classy chicks. But we also have Clinton's on the way. Come on, guys. Clinton's a cool dude. We don't pick him by political party. But we have Bruce Lee. And we got Billy Williams from Enter the Dragon coming too. Did we pick out another guy besides it? Well, Billy Williams. But here's what we want. Email us at eric@ericdeters.com or text me at 859-250. We're going to get Shaft too. 859-250-2527. For anybody that you think belongs in our Cool Dude Hall of Fame in here, or classy chick, like Sophia Loren. Farrah Fawcett. We got to get a Marilyn Monroe. We got to get a Rat Pack poster. A
The pool table.
A Rat Pack poster. But you guys got ideas for us. You sit in there. For example, Barack Obama. It will freeze in hell before he makes it in our studio.
You could use him as a dartboard.
Yeah, we did think about that, but we'd probably get Secret Service in here.
I don't know. That'd be kind of fun. We could get you a gun with a little, And
my Bulldog Nation member, Jessica, is reporting that Pakistan actually preferred Romney 14% over Obama 11%.
Did they vote in Pakistan for him?
I don't know. Tell me that 29 Palms song by Robert
Plant.
That was good. That's a good song.
The melody. And you know what's goofy about it? Because, you figure you're going to go play a softball game. You'd want something to pump you up. I used to play that song. And I don't know, but I love it.
Track.
I love it. And I think Ace Frehley, New York Groove, Driver's Seat, and that song are my favorite cruise songs. And something I'm going to talk to Denise about.
All along the Watchtower for me.
All along the Watchtower, absolutely.
Cruising.
But we ought to have some themes, like particularly on Friday, like all good cruise songs. You think Spry can
yeah.
find some on his list that are good cruise? Like on Valentine's Day, we could have all good love songs.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
You know, all crazy rock, crazy jack you up football songs on Friday.
Yeah. Stadium songs. It'd be like stadium songs.
Stadium songs. By the way, that guy from Britain that just got busted for having sex with kids, he has that one big theme song that they play in all the stadiums. What's the name of that thing? But he's the guy that just got busted.
I don't know if I've heard about that.
All right, Denise, you want to give us our final traffic report for our show?
Well, you know, I was kind of scrolling around through here because there's some accidents that were left over. But again, there's that accident on Irvine Mason in Montgomery area.
You know, we could get a poster of Tracy Jones, but we'd have to buy 5 different posters with 5 different uniforms, and I'm not willing to spend that much money on Jones.
We got a San Francisco. That was really his claim to fame out there. 7 RBIs in 1 game. I got a final word here.
Tracy. Go ahead.
Speaking of baseball, I did too. He's the best. Speaking of baseball, Yasmani Grandal plays for the San Diego Padres, was one of the Reds' top picks a couple years ago.
And they traded him, and people said, hey, he was going to be our catcher of the future.
Yeah, he was part of that Matt Latos deal that brought Latos to Cincinnati. Well, he just got popped for using PEDs, 50-game suspension to start next season.
Ouch.
So he's from Miami, went to Miami, played for the Hurricanes. It's rampant down there.
Yeah, Miami Hurricanes, are you kidding? Home of Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
One of the things that I think about that trade, if you look at how, Latos started off his first game. I tell you right now, Latos, and you compare what Volquez did.
Oh, he was great.
I'm telling you, we got the better of that deal.
Oh, he was.
The only part of
we did.
The only part of the deal that I still wouldn't have traded the production that's come out of Hamilton for Volquez. That's been rough.
But
where's Hamilton going?
Yeah, right.
Texas hasn't signed him, have they?
No, he didn't sign. So he didn't sign before the year before the year began. So I don't know.
The Yankees need to get younger.
God, wouldn't it be sweet if the Reds brought him back?
Oh yes. Well, hey, we just lost Ludwig.
We lost Ludwig, and we need a center fielder. Stubbs could be gone.
Yeah.
Well, you watch. They might trade Stubbs.
All that speed and all that D, and he can't hit 100.
Yeah, it's. I know. I'm watching that SNL clip on.
It is too funny. It is too funny.
He's just a waste of talent because he can't hit.
And don't you feel like you got power? This is awesome that we've made this decision to make this the Hall of Fame of cool, and nobody can get in here unless we vote them in. You watch. There'll be people begging. Mark Amazon. Come on, guys. Come on. No way, Amazon.
Amazon's a loser.
Yeah. There ain't no way he'll get in here.
He's got
Jeff
little man
Walker,
syndrome.
No way.
That old
no way.
bastard.
We'll let Marty in. Does Marty have posters?
You know what? He gave. I've got like a
bobbleheads.
sign thing of Marty actually from way back.
Bobbleheads, you know.
That's right. We could do bobbleheads.
Oh, here's some more cool guys. Cash's buddies, Waylon, Willie,
I wish this
Christopherson.
studio was bigger.
And we can pack them in here.
We need to blow out that wall.
We could cover up part of Cash.
No, because I'm thinking we need like a ping pong table and like a shuffleboard.
We do need to blow out that wall, and we'll take over Roger. And by the way, Roger's like in Florida right now, so he can't do it. Before he gets back, let's blow out that wall.
There's a jackhammer.
There's somebody
outside.
working in my office upstairs making a wall thicker. So what we'll do is we'll just have them come down here and blow this thing out, and we're going to take over his conference room, and we'll have us a studio because we're going to be national here soon.
Let's blow out the ceiling and make it a double that puts stairs up to the whatever's above us.
I tell you right now, I put today's show up against any show
Somebody
in the country,
might be
baby.
falling through the ceiling then.
I can hear people dropping off right now. Every dog has their day. I hope tomorrow's yours. I have not slept. I have not showered. I have not brushed my teeth. And I still can deliver radio superbity. This is George Harrison. I love everybody out there, Bulldog Nation.